Good evening, everybody. Welcome to tonight's stream. You will have to let me know what the video quality is like, and also the sound quality, and also the connection quality, because OBS struggled to connect to YouTube again. Plus, I was recording Planet Coaster earlier on today, and I have to tweak OBS's settings in order to get Planet Coaster to run. So there's a very, very good chance that OpenTTD is going to look a little bit strange with those settings. So we'll give it a go at least and see whether it works or not. Yeah, because it's telling me the current resolution is 852 by 480, which is not optimal. So I might have to do a quick restart of the stream in order to get that working. So in other words, stop OBS, start OBS. I don't think it'll affect the YouTube video as such, but it will affect, it'll go black screen and then it'll come back again. So I'll have that on standby just in case. So those of you in the chat, I would very much appreciate keeping me updated on that. But yeah, good evening. Welcome to OpenTTD. Welcome to the M4J network. We're going to be doing some building tonight, which I'm very, very, very much looking forward to. Before we do that, Isle of Wight news. I never thought I'd get to say those words, but here we go. I follow Viva Rail on Twitter. For those of you that don't know, Viva Rail is the company that's taking old D stock, London Underground District Line stock, and upcycling it into brand new rolling stock. The Class 230s are the current iteration of D stock trains. I think it's called the D train, the actual model of train. So a bit like the Electra Star, the Aventra. Viva Rail's version is the D train. So we've got the Class 230s that currently operate on the Bedford to Bletchley line as part of London North Western. It's now being confirmed. I can't remember what the designation is. I think it's 46 something. Can't remember off the top of my head. 464 rings a bell, or 463. But the Isle of Wight Railway is going to get a fleet of 6, I think it is, or 7 D trains, which I think is awesome news. First question I asked when I read that was, are they going to fit through the tunnels of Ryde? And apparently the answer is yes, they've measured it. So stand by for a news article in about 18 months' time stating that the trains are either being sent back to England or the tunnels getting rebuilt in order to accommodate the new trains, because they don't actually fit. I don't think that's actually going to happen, by the way, but you know what the rail industry is like at the moment. But I think it's really good news, and it's another string in the bow for Viva Rail. And we all know I'm a big fan of what they're doing with the upcycling. More companies need to do that. 484, George says, Class 484s will be going to the Island line in the next year, I believe it is. So that's good news. That's the only bit of real rail news I'm aware of at the moment. If there's anything that I should be aware of, feel free to let me know in the chat. But for the meantime, we're going to be doing two things tonight. We're going to be building new branch lines, and we're going to be building a connecting line between the Great Western Main Line and the Third Rail Line down on the west coast. So the two branch lines that we're going to be building first and foremost, there's one from Woolworth, which we'll check out in just a second, and there's another one from Rudworth, both of which are on the Great Western Main Line. This is the project that myself and George have been working on for the last couple of weeks. In fact, it was 2 weeks ago, I think, that we started working on this, and now we've kind of come up with some ideas. There will be more in the future, mainly because at the moment only between Gardcity and Plindon are these branch lines getting built. There is one, I think it runs from Marui City Centre across to the Third Rail Line, but we will be looking more at this in the future. And I was looking at something the other day, and I was going to suggest it, and I can't remember what it was. I think, to hazard a guess, it involved this line here and turning this maybe into part of the Great Western as well. But I think this is going to be West Coast trains, or West trains, whatever it might be called. I saw that 5 2-car units, enough for 2 lots of 4 car services plus a spare new passing loop on the line as well. Oh yes, there's a new passing loop being built at Brading, which will allow I think it's half-hourly services, which is awesome news. And I think they've also accommodated for the fact that the Isle of Wight Steam Railway will be extending to Ryde St John. Oh, you've literally just said... Frank's literally just knocked that on the head. Sad though, I've heard the Isle of Wight Steam Railway has shelved plans to extend to St John. That's unfortunate if that is the case then. Because I was about to say I think they factored that in with the half-hourly service. It might still happen in the future, you don't know. I'd like to see it happen. I've got a soft spot for the Isle of Wight Steam Railway. So we'll have to see on that. Right, I need to get my Reddit app open on my phone again, because I need to remind myself where these lines are actually going to go. I'm looking at my little preview window. The resolution looks okay. I mean, I'm not moving around on the screen too much. That might be part of the reason. So I'll move around a little bit and see how that looks. But yeah, the first line we're going to build is this one here from Rudworth. Now, I'm actually tempted for this one to just connect it to the main line proper. Reason being, so trains will come out of here, and I think I'll have them stop at the airport and then reverse in order to run down to Rudworth. Maybe I'll just add an extra platform here and then have another line that goes across to there. South Western Railway is keen to see it happen, but it is unlikely before 2024. Resolution is not too great. Okay. 1 second then. I'm going to disappear for just a second while I fix the resolution, so bear with me, guys. Okay, let's try this and see if this is any better. I think I've scaled it up to 1920 by 1080 now. So let me know very quickly in the chat how this looks. Alright, I'll give it a second for you guys to let me know. Let me get the Reddit posts up on my phone while I'm waiting for that. That's a lot better. Awesome. Good stuff. Yeah, Planet Coaster is a bit of a pain in the neck when it comes to capturing. It looks great when it works. When it doesn't work, it looks awful. And it's incredibly annoying. I've also got the football on in the background, the Arsenal match, so if you can hear like cheering and chanting and stuff. I'm not an Arsenal fan, but I like to watch basically any football matches that are on. Okay, so the first line is going to be from here, Rudworth, and it's going to extend down this way. Now the drawing that George has done has it going round Little Trinning Hall, and then due south to Munfingford via a couple of stations along the way. I'm actually tempted to extend it all the way down here to Dinstown, but I'm not sure if that's such a good idea or not, because at the end of the day this is meant to be like a small quaint branch line, and we're kind of turning it into a major throughfare interchange type thing. For God's sake, YouTube, every resolution I've chosen, it comes up saying the current resolution is not optimal. It really doesn't matter, YouTube. The audience have spoken. They like it. I'm going to change the size of the chat box as well, because it's a little bit big right now. Let's see. Let's do this. There we go. Why not have a shuttle between Great Winfield and Dintown? That was the next thing I was going to suggest, actually, was doing that. because then we don't have to do the simple reversal at Great Winfield. We can actually have that as the starting place for the service. So it would go Great Winfield. I was also considering building a new station here, but I think that would clog up the lines a bit too much. Plus the slow lines are on the south side here, so I think it would just go Great Winfield Airport, Little Trap Bridge, Rudworth, and then it will branch off and head down this way. I quite like that idea. Oh, it's still telling me it's not optimal. Is it buffering for you guys? It's not telling me I'm dropping frames. It's 30 FPS. I think we're okay. I hope we're okay. I think YouTube's just having a moment. Okay, so we're going to start here at Rudworth. And we're going to build... it's telling me the bit rate's not right now. I can change that quite easily though, that's not a problem. Seems to be okay. Okay, I think it's on my end. I can always just refresh my page and fix that problem. That's no big deal. Right, yeah. So, let's actually do some building, shall we? Instead of just sitting here talking about the stream quality. YouTube's just moaning for no reason. I think you're right. I'm also thinking this branch line, I want it to be single track with passing loops in certain places. So I think a passing loop maybe here at Runborough, and then a little bit of a passing loop. Well, I say a passing loop, just have it be double track here like this. And then I think we're going to have a station. Let me show you my thinking. Instead of going round Little Trinning Hall, I was thinking of going through the centre. But I don't know. So I liked the idea of going round it, but then I also think that Runborough especially is a big town to not have a station. I was thinking something like this. We can build pretty much in a straight line through all of this. We'll remove this road. So we can have a station here as well. So if we have a station up top here, and then we'll run through the town, we'll have another station. Oh, let me guess, it's a road junction there. Yerp. Whoops. Did not want that. Go away. One of the things about, I mean, this is going to sound like such a first world problem, I know, but one of the problems with having a big monitor is the buttons on this interface are so small, it's impossible to click. And anyone who's just thinking, well, use the bigger interface. I showed a few weeks ago why that's a bad idea, because it literally just ruins the size of the screen for town names as well as for the menu buttons, and everything just looks inflated and bloated rather than what it's supposed to look like. There's a difference between scaling something and stretching something, and this game's graphics are basic enough that you're just stretching the asset whenever you make it bigger. So yeah, I think we should go straight through the middle here, and then maybe even just north of Munfingford have the passing loop. So, whoops, here, have the passing loop. And we'll try and make it a dynamic passing loop, although I know that's not going to work. And actually have the two tracks like this, where you can go right the way up to the edge here, and then connect it like that. So then we're going to do a little bit of this. Munfingford Station, I think, is going to go in this gap here, and then we can keep going straight on. We'll build a road bridge over the track there. We'll ignore the river, and then yeah, you're just going to go pretty much in a straight line across here, and I think we'll duck down under the road under the Gardcity orbital. Also, this bridge doesn't need to exist, so I'm going to scooch that, and we'll get rid of this road piece for now. Oops, didn't mean to click there. I think the fact that I'm sort of leaning across to my desk as well to use the mouse, it's one of the reasons why I keep misclicking on things. So yeah, you're just going to go straight through the center, like so. I think Munfingford could have a couple of stations. I quite like that idea. Also, these buildings can get lowered. These roads can get removed. That can get removed. And then this will help us build our cutting a little bit more efficiently. And then here is where we'll go into our tunnel. That is the right, yeah, that is the right shape. And the tunnel will emerge just before Dintown. So if I just put my finger on the screen really quickly. That's the wrong way. There we go. Awesome stuff. So yeah, Munfingford will probably have like 2 stations. One in the north, one in the south. Quite like that idea. There is a plan of my timetable on the spreadsheet. Okay, I'll look at that in a second. So the new platform at Dintown is going to run alongside this one. Bit like that. Yeah, I'm happy with this. And then from here it will just curve round. I'll demolish this. So we'll curve you across until you're level with this, and then you'll go along like that. There we go. Try refreshing the page if it's buffering, and if it's still buffering, let me know. I'm not dropping any frames. Or it claims I'm not dropping any frames. Whether I believe that or not, I don't know right now. Put you there, and then we'll go with these ones, I think. Yeah, keep refreshing the page for now, and if it's still acting up, then do let me know, and I'll attempt to tweak some settings, even though I have no idea which settings would actually fix it, but we'll try something. We will try something. Right, so that's going to be one signal, that's going to be another signal, except I'm going to switch these for these really quickly, and just do this. So yeah, Munfingford North Station is going to be here, and then Munfingford South Station is going to be here. In fact, we'll probably put that one right before the tunnel. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a bridge up like that, and then a road bridge will go over the top like that, and that will look lovely. Sorted your end. Good stuff. My favourite words to hear. Okay, this platform is going to be like this. 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's if I was to guess, I'd say the issue was because I was faffing around with it. It might have just needed a quick refresh to kick it back into gear again. Okay, Munfingford is going to have a couple of stations as well. Let's do this, and then we'll go 1 ticket machine, sign there, and then the 2 shelters, and then we'll have Runborough central station here. Well, actually, I think we'll have a building for this one. We won't have a dedicated slope necessarily. So let's go new there. We'll go CTA, and then just a cabin. And on the other side, we'll have... Actually, let's do these on this side, and then on the south side, we'll go that and benches, and then a cabin. So that's the level crossing operator cabin. And then I think we'll have like a Runborough North here as well. Let's quickly signal this. So you're going to be Pathfinder, you're going to be a Pathfinder. Okay, this one's slightly elevated, so let's put the platform here. Three. Where's benches? 4. Then we'll have a very simple shelter. 5. Cool. So that's this branch line built. Essentially, we've got to rename the stations, obviously, but so you are going to be Munfingford. I might just change you to actually Munfingford Sawmill's not the worst name in the world. Either that or South. What do you guys think? I want to refresh my page as well, just so I'm not looking at a buffering stream. Sawmill or South? Give it just a second, I'll come back to that one. Parkway, because it's near the junction. Suppose. I quite like that actually. How about a compromise? Munfingford South Parkway. Sounds good to me. We could build a Munfingford Central here as well, but I think just south and north works for me. Munfingford North. I keep saying works for me. Gotta stop saying that. You're going to be Runborough South. Or something road or something lane would be nice. Literally, because I drove down it the other day. For those of you who don't know, Watling Street is an ancient Roman road that was built through the middle of Verulamium, which is now known as St Albans. So Watling Street, Runborough Central, and then this one here can be Hilltop, let's call it. But we'll spell it correctly. There we go. Alright, I'm going to save the game. So this is the first branch line done. I'm quite happy with that. key connections across the network. That's what this is all about. So the second one was from Woolworth. Now which one was that? I'm trying to find it. Oh, there it is. Okay, so this one goes from Woolworth, which is back this way, up towards Rintbridge, which is up here. And again, should I try connecting? Oh yeah, Barnford. Barnford South was the idea, wasn't it? Yeah, I like that. I'm just going to do that as is. So we're going to have another line with another platform here at Woolworth Central. And I think the current design, or the one that was submitted, has only 4 tracks still on the Great Western Line. So we can't quite build it exactly how it's planned. But what I might do is build this as its own. So if I got rid of this and got rid of these roads, build this as its own self-contained track. Forgot my words then. So what we could do then is build you here, and then build you there, and build you there, and actually have it as a head-on connection. And then we can have 2 platforms here at Woolworth. So if we go buffer stops, that one, put you there, put you there, and then we'll go single-sided. Might as well replicate the design that we've got. And then a couple of these, and then benches, should we say, and then a couple of dispatch cabins. One there and one there. And then have another Woolworth station a little bit further up. So if I bulldoze this, and if I bulldoze that, we could have another station. Actually, build the other station here. There we go. And then we can have a bridge going over the river here. Let's go with something quite nice and fancy. Suspension bridge. How does that look? I'm not a big fan of the brown one. I like the red one. The red one looks quite nice. And then if we demolish the river here, we've basically got a clear path through right up past Gindtown, where of course there will be stations. And our target is up here at Barnford. So we've kind of skipped past these towns, which is what the idea of this line was meant to be. But from Gindtown, we can kind of swing around this way, and we should be able to still get Tradington, Wardworth, 2 stations north and south, and then up to Barnford. I think we'll have a Barnford South and then a Barnford Central, and that'll be the terminus for this little line. And then we'll have to build a little depot for this one, because we won't be able to connect it up to any of the main lines yet. Might be able to in the future. My other idea actually was to rebuild the depot for the Great Western route, because I just don't think I did a very good job with it, in all honesty. I didn't really. Was it the second one I built or the third one? Might be in the second one. after Honningville, and Honningville now has been basically temporarily decommissioned whilst we wait for North Rail to start up. But it was way too small for Great Northern, so it's had to sort of be rethought out in order to make that one work. I'm just going to get rid of all these roads. Let's build this here like this. Then we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, have a station there. And then we can go straight across here. Left or right? Then we can go right, because then we can go under that bridge as well. Yeah, I'm going to go right. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, I think at Great Winfield Airport we'll have to rebuild the depot. And I think moving it away from the airport is probably going to be a good idea. And this is where it gets tricky, because for the trains out of Gardcity, you want the depot to be relatively close to Gardcity. But for the other services, particularly the ones from Munfingford and Woolworth and even these branch lines, you want it to be a little bit further out, because you don't want the trains to have to travel a long way just to go to and from the depot. So we might have to do some rethinking with that. But fortunately for me, I have the franchise holder in the chat right now, so we can discuss some ideas on that as we go along through this. So yeah, Barnford is the destination. If we come across here, build another little fancy bridge here. Let's go with the truss. It's not actually that fancy. Truss bridges are quite boring, but they do the job. I think Barnford South is probably going to go there. Like that. And then Barnford Central. So you're just Barnford. So maybe we'll have like Barnford Town built in the centre, like up here. And I will make this a 2-tracked station as well. So if I get rid of you, let's go with the buffer stops here. Let's go with these ones. Actually, could we do an island platform? What have we got? We don't have ramps, do we? No, we'll just do these. So you've built it there. That's the wrong one. And that's the right one. Okay, so we'll do this, and then we'll go single-sided platforms. Ticket machines, because we don't like fare dodgers. And then we want shelters. We'll go with the boring looking shelters. What's that? 2, 3. Actually, we want these signs in the middle. And then we'll have benches. And then we'll have dispatch cabins. And then we'll have signals. And then you'll join up. Like that. Okay, and then the south one is going to be over here. Small station building at Barnford Town. Yes! Yep, that's the plan. I'm going to do a very Great Western thing of calling our station Town to make it look like it's closer to the town. I mean, in this case it actually is. But with the Great Western, a lot of the time they put town in the name of their station to make it look like it was closer to the town, even though it may or may not have actually been closer to the town. It's kind of dodgy tactics, the Great Western, but, you know, worked for them, clearly. We'll build a passing loop here. We'll go simple with these. And then over here we'll have another station in the north. Where are we here? And then a CTA. Actually no, we need ticket machines. And then a ramp. Or access for all. I'm a big advocate for that. And then in the south here, actually I think if we could move this bridge, this would be a good site for a central station. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. This station I'm going to move to the north side of this road. So I need that one. You've actually been given the right name as well, that's nice. We'll go 2, 3, and then 4, 5. And then the south one, or the central one, we'll build in this spot here. If you want them to look like a true Great Western station, you need to plant Scots pine trees around the stations. Yeah, I'll look at doing that as well, for sure. That's good thinking. I'm going to build this one back in onto the river, I think. Let's go that way. So then you connect to that road. We'll go really basic for this. Now, you're not really east, are you? So I don't know why you've given yourself that name. I think if I do this as well, we should be able to fit one more station here. There was a red card in the football. Sorry, got distracted. What about name Wardworth South, Wardworth Riverside? Oh, for this one, we could do that. Yeah, we could do that. It is by the side of the water, after all. And 3. And then 4, 5. Oh, actually, I could have left that as it was. In that case, I will rebuild it as it was. Slightly wider curve means we can go slightly faster. Top speed on these lines is only going to be like 40 miles an hour anyway, so it's not a huge deal. We'll have another passing loop somewhere up here. Is this the halfway point? It's not really, is it? I mean, if we've got one there, we can have one here. We can go full kind of dynamic passing loop with this one. Like so. And then we'll have another station here. One here. And then I think that'll be all of them. So let's build the Wooworth one first. Because we'll have to give this one a name. Can't just call it Wooworth something or other. So I'll let you guys come up with some names while I'm finishing off this build. Yep, alright, happy with that station. And then, actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This would be a really good place to build it, because I can then build the bridge like this one. Is that the long one? Yeah, that is the long one. Then we can go 2, 3. Then we'll go like bench and then just a cabin. And then we don't need to have one up here. It's not really by the water. Unless we moved it up. Should we move it up? Might mean we have to then move this one up. What do you think? I'll start working on the depot. while we're deciding on that. I think the depot is going to be over here. It's going to be relatively simple, straightforward. So it's going to be a simple thing like this. Actually, is this a good place for it? I suppose it is, because if we get rid of those, we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then if you go there, you go there, and then we'll have another one that comes out like that. That works. That does work. Move it. Alright, we'll move it. Okay, so all this looks good. Let's move the Woolworth station then to here. We'll go 1, 2, 3, and then it was these ones, 4, 5. That does look better. Should we then move this one as well? You could straighten the running line out there. Yeah, I did the double kink to get it to fit under the bridges, but then this bridge doesn't actually go anywhere. So we could just do this. And then that does straighten it out quite a bit. Yeah, that's good thinking. Quite happy with that. So we've got Woolworth, Riverside, which I might just call Riverside. Or we have a Riverside. In that case, Woolworth, Riverside. Oh, by the depot. I'll have a look at that. You'll just be Grintown. Ginstown. I can't read tonight. Don't know what's wrong with me. You will be Tradingston. And then you will be Wardworth South. And then Wardworth North, which you've already got. Oh, you mean like straight across here? I'll leave it as is for now. Well, apparently you're Rintbridge. I think you should be Barnford South. And then you would be Barnford Town. Like that. And then if we had a non-track station, to go there, and then we need a metal shed. Like so. And then we'll just put a little bit of eye candy in. Like that. Alright. Yeah, I might leave the line kinked like this just for now. Mainly because of the way the bridges are set up here. But in the future, if it's not working, then yeah, we'll straighten it up. And go straight across. Because it does line up perfectly, in fact. Maybe I'm being dumb. I don't know. We'll see. I do need waypoints here as well. So let's say the line speed is going to be 40 miles an hour. And then it's going to be 20 in and out of stations. So if you come out of the station here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 there, 1 there. That's that done. before the depot. 1, 2, 3, 4. One there, one there, and then we'll use the station as well. So you slow down to 10. And then over this end, out of Woolworth, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One there, one there. So we can still build a bridge over this if necessary. Alright, and save again. Okay, and then the final branch. What would the frequency be? Probably half hourly. I think that'll work. And this line, if it stops and waits at the station for 15 minutes at the end, so there's always one leaving as one's departing, that should guarantee a good frequency. We'll see, because in real life you take into consideration the passing loop locations. I have no idea what effect these two passing loops would have. So I can't speak with confidence that this will work. Oh man. I've just seen your timetable changes. I don't know why I didn't get notified for this comment before. I mean, timetable changes are supposed to be in emails and only once a month. Don't forget. So I'm probably going to have to disregard most of this for now. So let's look at the Marui. There we go. Go to Marui City and travel roughly west to the 3rd rail line. There should be a main station somewhere near there. That'll be the Western Terminus. So, if we follow the Great Western Line down, yep, it is this way, and then it cuts across the Western Reaches line. Marui City Centre is here, or Central, Marui City Central, and then Sled Town is there. So this line will link up these two stations. This is probably going to be the easiest one. I thought this was going to be the longest. I don't know why I thought these lines were further apart. They're actually very, very close. But, oh well. We might as well get on with it still. So yeah, this one, I'm actually going to do something a little out there with this one. You're going to be a buffer stop. And then I'm going to have a CTA, a sign, a bench, there. And then this platform is going to have a cabin as well. And we're going to have a signal there. I'm going to have to do a bit more demolition. Like so. This is going to get built up like that. Okay, so you're going to go not there. You're going to go like this, and you're going to go like this. And then I will build another crossover there as well. Okay. We'll replace you with a path signal, and then these two here will be like this, so we can set up the routing properly. There we go. So yeah, I might have this go in like a U shape and then back up to over here. mainly so that it serves some of these communities as well. Although this is Sontown, which is served by a station there, but it's a tiny one. So I think this is actually not a bad idea. If I've done this right, you need to go up like that. But we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there, no problem, and then you should line up with that. Bingo. I think here actually I'm going to have it deviate slightly. Kind of like that. I thought I'd build a tunnel. Although I think having it... I like the idea of having these run through towns like this. Kind of appeals to me. We'll build a little bridge here. We'll build a viaduct. That's fine. There we go. And then you'll run through here like this. And then here. So I want it to keep running south to Kingston. And then at Kingston I want it to turn west. Run through this gap here. And then turn north. And I think the stopping or the branch platform at Sledtown is going to be on the west side of the station. So we might even go down to Grunhatton and then turn and head north. I'm going to build this bit on an embankment if I can. There we go, and then there as well. So yeah, whereabouts here? I think here's a good spot for a station. I think a double track station here would look nice. I think like this. Actually no, there was fine. Then a bridge over like that. You there like that. I thought you was okay with me making timetable changes as part of the Munfingford extension. Yeah, but you've not... No, that's not what I said at all, actually. Any and all timetable changes are to be made in a single email sent once per month. We talked about changing or adding and removing services from the new extension, but not to post them one after the other in a very, very long list on a Reddit post where it's all just letters and numbers. That's not what I was getting at all. Because things like service 2G00 semi-fast service to Plindon Junction will largely remain how it is, but with an extra stop at Rudworth for the branch line. That's not really in a format that I can just read it and immediately apply it to the network. As I keep saying, it's got to be something that I can just do quickly. So if I have a spare hour between this, that or the other, I can just quickly add it and then it's done. That's what I was getting at. Oh, I've just demolished the entirety of Kingston Town Centre for no reason. What about having one service do the full branch line and have a second that goes halfway? Yeah, I quite like that idea actually. I can see that working. Alright, connect that up. And then we'll have a level crossing there, because why not? Connect that up. Now, yeah, having a tunnel under here, I like the idea of. But where will it go? Especially as the land slopes up again. Up here. So if I was just to build a tunnel there now. I suppose we could do that, because Kingston is served by the third rail. I think it was here. Is that right? I was over by one. Damn it. I do that all the time. There we go. And then we could have another station over here. This would be like the really long passing loop. And then we'll, whoops, run down here. Like so. And then yeah, we want our other platform to be over here. So let's go and build it the same as this one, except we'll have benches there, stairs there, CTA there. Actually, if we have benches there, we can have a shelter there, and then a cabin there, and then buffers there. Alrighty. And then we'll have this just running alongside this line. Up into the hill here. Flatten all this. Flatten this. We'll have a little bridge across, like so. And let's just do it like this. So yeah, if we're gonna have just one train going halfway and then back again, where would be a good place for that? One of these stations. It would have to be this one, and then it would reverse back up to Marui City. Yeah. I'm not sure this line really is long enough for that. One of the other lines, though, might be. Let's build these stations in while we think about it. So I have a station there. We'll have a station on the embankment here. Let's build it here. Do I want it that there? I'll build the stairs there. We'll just have a cabin here. A sign, some benches, and One of these bus shelter things. That'll look good. Kingston. Just realised there's only 4 tiles there. That's fine. That is fine. Okay, over here we'll do signal there. Signal there. Then we'll go barges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we'll do it at this end. So we'll have a dispatch cabin, stairs, a sign, and then 2 shelters. Where are the shelters? Let's do this one. And on this side of the tunnel, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, we've got just enough room. We'll go this, benches, sign. Whoops. And then this shelter. I don't know. That'll work, I suppose. Alright, this side will have that. This side will have this type, and we'll put this one here as well. So we could do let's call you like Kingston Hilltop or something like that. Oh wait, we got Kingston and Kingston right next to each other. Oh, we've got to use that as a name, haven't we? We've got to do this. How good would that be? Because then it doesn't matter whether you say Kingston or Kingston, you'll end up in the same place. I like that. And then you can be Grunhatton Heights. Actually, I kind of like that name. You're not really in Grunhatton, but you are high up. So yeah, I'll go with that one. So this one here is going to be Sontown West, which does work. Call you Embankment Rise. Call you Westview. These ones have been named. And then this down here, Sled Town, is fine. I feel like we can build another passing loop in this space. Just so we've got a bit more wiggle room. Now I'm not going to do any of the signal programming or anything like that right now. We'll come back to that another time. And yeah, rather annoyingly, that's the 3 things on the list ticked off. We've technically finished early, but I think we'll keep going for a little bit and establish some other branch lines in the future. So, with that being said, where would you guys like to see some branch lines? There was an idea to build one from Plindom. So from Plindom, I think it ran straight east. So we got Gonville there, and we got Gronville there. I do like the way this map has taken towns with similar names and pushed them together. That's quite cool. Yeah, I think it was Plindom, and then it ran sort of round like this, and then came down this way. We have got the line over to Fort Flonwood that comes through here. But I have said many times now that we won't have any connections there. So we could come south out of Plindon through Chanfield and then through these towns here and then connect up with the line here at Drenningpool Falls, but have a bay platform. Because the other thing is, if we do build a new depot, Plindon to Tanningville via Barnhead Cross. Where's Tanningville? This is the other thing. I'm useless at finding towns. Oh, there's Barnhead Cross. There's Tanningville. That could work. So if we came through Chanfield and then east through Dennington, Treddingham. Dennington? Yeah. Treddingham, where there's an airport. So we got to build a station connecting with that. Abso-bloody-lutely. What's that? 5x2 area. Problem solved. In fact, I'll build this now so I don't forget. That's a good idea. Two, three. We'll go modern here. It's an airport after all. Let's treat ourselves. And then yeah, this will go out and out, and then it will connect up. So Tanningville is down here. This is a good site for a station, I think. Let's go with this one. One, two, three, 4, 5. And then we'll have a side platform next to this. 2, 3, 4, 5. Buffer stops will go that one, and we'll just make this one generic. Non-tile station, non-track station. We'll go with, do we have a 3-tile long building? Yes, we do. And pop you there. Good stuff. Alrighty. Actually, we don't have 2 tracks here. We just have the one. Does that work? Why does my phone keep buzzing? No, nothing important. Okay. We'll go with... oh, that looks awful. We'll just go with a viaduct then. So here we're going to carve through the middle of town. Apologies to the citizens of Munfingford. There we go. I do love it when these line up like that. That's a really satisfying feeling. Okay, so yeah, our plan is to go up through Barninghead Cross and then due east to Treddingham and then through Dennington, sorry, and then up through Chanfield, and we're going to connect up to these platforms here, but we're also going to have crossovers that go across to Plindon, because I think we could do some services from Great Winfield Airport down onto this branch and all the way across down to Tanningville. Yeah, I like that. It sounds sensible. Probably won't be in the long term, but for now it sounds sensible. Alright, and again we're just going to carve a hole, single tile hole straight through the centre of town. Let's go with a nice concrete bridge. It's not the nicest thing to look at, but at least it functions. Alright. Straight along here, straight along here, straight along there. So let's have our first passing loop in this gap here. So we can build it. Again, we'll try and go for dynamic passing loops. For those of you that don't know, by the way, the difference between dynamic and static. I think static is the opposite of a dynamic passing loop. So a passing loop is generally one train will stop and wait for the other one, and then once the second train releases the first one, they'll both continue on their way. A dynamic passing loop is where that action happens whilst both trains remain moving. So you'll have a passing loop that is effectively 2 to 3 miles long, maybe even longer, and the trains will pass each other whilst still moving. It just means you don't have to stop and wait for another train coming in the other direction. You can keep moving at all times, so you know your journey time ends up being shorter. So that's why I kind of want to go with that. But again, OpenTTD, it's so difficult currently to predict where trains are going to be at any time. I know the timetabling system I've got is not really that good. I'm hoping, because someone posted a question on the OpenTTD Reddit community the other day, might have been yesterday in fact, asking if there was someone out there who could recompile Lieutenant Joker's patch and add... It was to do with changing a signal value. But I also tacked onto the question saying, you know, if anyone is able to increase the vehicle order limit, could they do that as well? Because that would be awesome. And I should have also included on that about adding scheduled dispatch, because that is pretty much the missing piece of this puzzle right now. In fact, there's a couple of missing pieces, because I'm still getting the game crash, which is, again, I'm not losing work when the game crashes, but I'm losing motivation to continue working, because I'm basically at the point of realization that this game will never be in a position now where I can just leave it running overnight, because I'll either lose all the money and go bankrupt, or the game will crash like 2 hours into an 8-hour night session, and I won't know about it until I wake up the next morning. So I'm looking to get those issues fixed, is what I'm saying, so I can actually enjoy the game and play it as it's meant to be played, rather than just playing it in pause mode like I'm doing pretty much every time I stream at the moment. I'm having to play it paused, which is not ideal. Right, the great citizens of Dennington absolutely despise me right now because I've just carved a hole through their town. And I'm going to have to carve another hole through their town because I've just realised I've placed... I'm just going to carve a hole straight through the middle like this. I'm going to build the station for Dennington up on this side bit here. I like this idea. So you will go there. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's fine. And then we'll... I want to keep this river. So I think I'm going to build a viaduct from here across to the other side. But yeah, if anyone else wants anything added to the Joker's patch, now's probably the best time to be asking about it, because if there is someone who is willing to work on it, they probably want a list of everything in one go. So if you can find that Reddit post, I wish I could give you the link, but I can't remember who posted it, or when for that matter, because you know, I'm the square root of useless when it comes to remembering things like that. But if you do find that post, feel free to well, it's not my post, so I wouldn't say feel free, but if you think you can add some other items to the list, then please do so, because at the end of the day, if Joker is true to his word about not wanting to continue with the patch, we obviously have to respect that. But if someone else is willing to step up and take over for him, providing he's okay with it and we're okay with it, I think that's a good thing. I think it's a good idea. So we'll see about that. Right, we're going to connect this up to Plindom. Yeah, let's do it like this. Because if I run this across from there, one more over, there we go. Then you can run like that, and you can run like that. And then we'll have a station here at Chanfield that can hook up to this bridge. Okay. I was just contemplating whether I should double track this bit or not. I think I will. Also, this junction here is going to get rebuilt anyway. Plus, most of the tracks here, no doubt, will get rebuilt at some point. So I think I might leave this as is for now. Actually, I don't know. I feel like when you've got big junction stations like this, you kind of do need a signal, at least, just so the train knows where it's going. I think this, and then if we come straight down like this, and then under, and we'll just have a double track section like this. Yeah, that works. Although we have now got a signal right where I wanted to build the station, so we might have to move the station slightly. I suppose we could build the station in this gap now. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. So we'll build it as a island platform, and we'll go like that, like that, like that, and then 2 shelters, like that and like that. Alright, that looks good. How long have we been streaming for? Hour and 10 for this one, plus, was it 5 minutes or something at the beginning as well? So I think we're almost at the end. Almost at the end of the episode. And I kind of feel like I'm shortchanging a little bit, but you know, it's been, we've got a lot done. It's the main thing. We've got a lot done. Excuse me, hiccups. We got a lot done, so I'm quite happy. But yeah, now's a good time because we'll be wrapping up soon. So if you've got any ideas for future episodes, now's a good time to suggest them. George, if you do want to do those timetables and stuff again, put it all in that document of yours and then remind me over the weekend, and I'll go through it. Because I don't think you've had your email this month. I might be wrong. But I can see where the confusions come from. So I'll go through it at least and have a look. Let's build this one this way around. 3, 4, and 5. Alright, double track station here. No, you've got the passing loop. I don't think we need one here. I think what I'll do here is build this. And then, whoops, just the one side, please. Redo it. Yeah, do it as a spreadsheet. Don't just list it as text, because it's trying to read it quickly is basically impossible when you've got it all just written down like that, and you have to sort of take a beat to kind of interpret it. And genuinely, at this moment in time, and I say it all the time, and a lot of the time it sounds fake, but genuinely, I don't have much time to just sit and spend an hour going through something. Particularly if I then have to send it off for changes. That's another hour. So if everything you've listed on Reddit is on that spreadsheet already, then that's fine. Yeah, send it to me again, because again I get like 50 emails a day at the moment, so if someone sends me a link, it tends to get lost. Like, I'll go through the link and I'll read it all. But then the next time I go to find the link, I can't find it because there's 100 emails on top of it. So yeah, if you don't mind doing that, I'll greatly appreciate that. I'm going to build a station here as well. I think we'll just leave this one as its current name. Alright, let's name these. So you are just going to be Chanfield. This one here, I said I was going to leave. You are just going to be Dennington. Then we got Treddingham Airport. You are going to be Faddinghatton, no North. You are going to be Barninghead Cross. Munfingford. So I tell you what, Frank, you were talking about having trains that only go halfway on the branch or the full way on the branch. What I could do is like a compromise. This branch line especially, we can have a train that just goes from Plindon down to the end of the branch at Tainingville, and then we'll have another service that only stops at the main stations on the route here. So it will stop at probably Plindon Junction, Chanfield, Treddingham Airport, and then Munfingford and Tanningville, and then it will continue on to Great Winfield Airport, or probably Wooworth actually, because Wooworth is the closest main station. So instead of terminating at Plindon, it will continue up this way, and it will stop at Farthingbridge Mill, Hinbridge South, Hinbridge North, Seward North, and then Gronville East, Canal Road, and then Wooworth. And then that'll be like an extended service. We might even have, again, scheduled dispatch would be great for this. We might even have like an early morning, late evening service that goes from GSP all the way down to Tainingville via pretty much all stations. Or it will run like semi-fast to Wooworth and then it will stop at all stations. Something like that. We'll come up with some ideas, because again, this is George's franchise. So ultimately, it's for me and him to work out. But yeah, I think we've had a good stream. How long have I been going? An hour and a half. That's actually okay. That's a good length stream, I feel. So, any more comments, questions, concerns before we wrap things up? Now is the chance to say so. Sounds good. Awesome. Yeah, if I'm sort of or if it looks like I'm trying to crowbar an idea in, it's normally because I really like the idea and I don't want to not be able to do it because of space limitations or whatever. So I'll always try and get an idea in, because I think if it's a good idea, it's worth going in. Do you want me to include the branch lines in the spreadsheet or not? Yeah. I'll let you come up with some ideas for stopping patterns. And again, if there's any that need changing, I'll put it on the spreadsheet. And then you can approve it or deny it. Again, it's all about teamwork, working together. I'm just trying to think where this train would terminate. So it'll come through on this line here. So it'll probably go up to this platform here, because it can't go on one of these two because it'll block the fast line platforms. So it'll have to be on the far east side. Either that or it crosses over and terminates over here, but I think that's a bit too much to ask. But yeah, I like it coming up to Wooworth, because then you've got a Wooworth connection, so you can go Tainingville up to Barnford, for example. In the future, I'll either extend this line up to this Barnford station, or I'll build another spur, so like Barnford South, and have another line that branches off and then goes up here. But I won't do that now. It's all speculation, that kind of thing. So don't take that as a given word. But yeah, George, definitely come up with some ideas. Put them on that list. I'll have a look. Yeah, chances are it'll all look good, because there's only so many ways you can have something stop at a station. So should all be good. Right. I think we'll start wrapping things up. So, thank you very much, everybody, for watching. If you're watching this after the stream, then thank you very much for watching. Be sure to hit the like button and the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. The little subscriber blip that we had last week, this channel's actually recovered from it quite nicely. So it was 889 subscribers and it dropped to 882, and at the time of me starting the stream it was up to 888 again. 980. Yeah, 989 I think it was. Then it dropped to 982. Now it's up to 988. So we have recovered. It's laid out in my format. Good stuff. It also makes it very easy for me to read because I can just literally skim over to it now and go, this, and this, and then add it, and it's, yeah, just makes my life easy. Alright, yeah, so thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button. Subscriber glitch, blip, whatever you want to call it, seems to be over, so that's good stuff. Yeah, please do hit the like button. That means a lot. The interaction is very, very important at this stage of the channel. And also website. I was going to talk about my website. So my new website, the free trial for it ends this week. So I'm either going to make it go live this week or maybe early next week. The reason I'm telling you this is because whichever day it goes live, there'll be a copy of this map that you're seeing on screen right now as of the episode before it went live. I've done a really bad job of explaining that. Basically, it means if I publish the website tomorrow, then this episode 33, would have been the latest one before publishing. So the map as of episode 33, so including all these branch lines that we've just built, will be on the website. So you can download it and you can play it. And I'll also have my new GRF folder on there as well, so you can download all the new GRFs that I use. I think I have a preset. If not, it'll just be a folder with all the new GRFs in. And then you'll have to add or remove them depending on which one. I'll try and make a preset though, because it'll make life a little bit easier. And then yeah, you'll be able to play your own version of the M4J network, and the other variations of the map will be on there too. So from episode 1 of the M4J network, plus all 3 previous Majeffries networks will be on the website as well. Plus the interactions page where you can go on and have a look at what people have suggested. There's a link to the Patreon there, of course, so you can go on and support me there and get access to franchises and all the other tier rewards. And there's loads of other cool stuff that will be on there as well, including the latest videos and all that kind of thing. So there'll be social media posts from me when the website goes live, both on, I say both, on Reddit, Twitter, Facebook, probably LinkedIn as well, because it's quite a big deal. So you'll know when the website goes live, basically, and you can go and check it out and give some feedback from that. So yeah, for the last time, thank you very much for watching. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for coming in and chatting, George and Frank, and I will see you all next week.